Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TEIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is from law books to legal tech, legal operations, and beyond. We have with us Pintu Babu, leader, practice development, strategy, communications, and legal operations. In an era where law firms are evolving beyond traditional practice, professionals like Pintu Babu are redefining how legal strategies, communications, and operations shape the industry. As a leader in practice development, strategy, communication, and legal operations at Nishith Desai and Associates, he has played a pivotal role in bridging the gap between law, business, and technology. From driving marketing and business development initiatives to implementing cutting edge legal tech solutions, Pintu has been at the forefront of innovation in the legal space. Friends, we are at Nishith Desai Mumbai office, and this will be a special episode because Nishith Desai has been in the pioneer for legal technology, AI, many more things. So, welcome Pintu to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you so much. I look forward to our discussion.
So, let me explain you the flow and the format. There are three rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise, the rapid fire round, for which you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And don't worry, I know you will be able to crack it, and here's your gift, but you have
Thank
to
you.
win it.
Thank you so much. I will win it. I will try to.
Okay. So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup, and SMEs with world class technology, software solutions, and tech training solutions. So, my first question, Pintu, for your professional journey round: what inspired you to pursue a career that blends law, business, and strategy?
Uh, Thank you for the question, Amir. And speaking of my interest and why I have decided to pursue my professional journey in the practice development and marketing space in the legal industry is because of my interest in the marketing along with my legal education, plus the time when I sort of became a lawyer. These were unprecedented times, especially because I graduated in 2019, the period when the COVID was hit. And in India especially, this was the period when a lot of law firms, even the boutique law firms, picked up practice development as a core specialization and a interest group. So this is my small journey, that why I sort of doing what I'm doing.
No, as I'm seeing, ye legal professionals are picking up niche areas. So I've done coffee with Priyan Garg from communications at Cyril, Tejas Khurana. They are into the legal branding and law firm management. So many niche areas like recruitment, someone is doing content. So I think sports law. So I'm glad young professionals like you are branching into niche areas, and yes, and legal branding, marketing. Now many law firms in India is also picking up, taking it to next level. So that is very impressive. Uh, Young people like you are contributing to in ways where legal professions can be. Sometime back, I did a coffee with CA Parinita Adukia. She's now branched herself from CA practice to personal branding and coaching for finance professionals.
Nice.
So I'm impressed that uh, youngsters like you are going into areas to help professionals to understand, because you know how legal community is working, and you're able to identify and help them uh, achieve those. So let's go dive into the conversation. Pintu, you have worked on building a custom CRM and digital transformation projects for law firms. How important is technology adoption in law firm management today?
Um, Speaking of technology, I think technology is being utilized across all the industries, be it legal, be it financial services, or for that matter, even FMCG and automobile. Why we say so? Because we have moved uh, from the era where there was a lot of focus on manufacturing for the purpose of growth. But lately, over the last decades, we have seen the professional services segment have also grown up. We have seen firms like McKinsey and BCG and law firms become so big, and all that was possible because somewhere technology assisted and handholded them. Today, when I want to say about the influence of technology in legal industry, it is tremendous. From basic drafting to execution to client analysis to client deliverables to overall infrastructure being built in the law firm, the whole premise is based on technology. It can differ basis the use cases, basis the level of infusion of technology at the respective law firms. But yes, be it a one member or a two member law firm or a boutique law firm or a large law firm having thousands of lawyers, everybody is celebrating and sort of utilizing the technology benefits.
Wow. So, Pintu, law firms often struggle with branding and marketing. What are some effective strategies you have implemented to position firms for success, like directive submissions, PR, and others?
uh, See, in professional services firm, which is where law is one of the category, others are CA firms, right? Same in the medical profession as well. The business development endeavors are limited, and when I say limited, there is a difference between how a CA firm is going to do a marketing and a product oriented company going to do their marketing. Let's take a classic example of KPMG and Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola has their product, right?
Yeah.
The USP is their bottle, the color of the bottle, the shape of the bottle, the different coldness in the bottle, the shape and feel. That is going to decide whether your customer would buy the Coca-Cola or not. On the other hand, if we go for a CA firm, then they don't have any such substantial element or item to showcase, right?
Yeah.
Then we have to figure out and understand and research then what are the ways in which the professional services firms are doing their marketing. The deep secret is only one and only one, which is relationships.
Yeah.
The relationships helps build law firms and professional services firms grow, and these are the partners who are the ultimate rainmakers. So there was a research paper published by American Bar Association in old 1960s, and this research paper for the first time picked up the topic that why society is evolving but the financial strength of the lawyers is not evolving. There is a reason why the lawyers are not able to earn as much as compared to other industries, and I'm speaking of the year 1960s. That is when for the first time a different and dedicated segment under American Bar Association was formed up for the purpose of legal marketing. So the history is quite old if we pick up global landscape as a subject for study, but coming into India, we are a new learner in this space, and gradually and slowly things are picking up, and this is something to celebrate about.
Okay, let's continue. Pintu, how do you see interdisciplinary skills such as business, data analytics, and digital marketing influencing the future of legal professionals and law firms?
Um, um, the one very prominent thing which is being focused and celebrated at Nishith Desai Associates is a H profile candidate. And I'll just explain you what do we mean by an H profile candidate. H means that just like how we have H, right? So the middle arrow indicates that you have full expertise of one subject. The left side the left side line indicate that you have basic information of all the core areas where your, for example, law firm is specializing, and the opposite side vertical line indicates that you have management skills as well. And this is a core principle how every recruitment takes place at Nishith Desai Associates. Why I say so? Because gone are the days when you can just study your laws, bare X, and advise your clients. But in current times, you must have seen if the client is approaching to you only and only in some cases if you have the industry related knowledge or not. This is a recent development from 1990s only that the law firm started to pick up industry specialization. Now you are seeing there are not only corporate lawyers, but there are lawyers who are into healthcare, into life sciences, into technology. Technology is an industry, it's not a practice area, but that industry has become so much and they have
Yeah.
their own laws. So the person who wants to become specialize in technology laws have to understand that what the technology and the bare elements of the technology involved. For example, at a law firm, technology law is one of the core practice area, and that is the reason why the practice area heads and the kind of recruitments we have done in the past had people who had technology experience as well. So we have BTech educated lawyers with us. We have someone called Dr. Merin Antani, who was a surgeon for good 15 years, and now he heads the life sciences and healthcare and medical tech practice. We had CA and chartered accountants, CFAs, who have done their share of CA activities and profession in the past, now who has the international tax practice at our firm. Her name is Parul Jain. So this is the USP of your industry specialization if you are a lawyer, and this is something, a new development and a trend which a lot of boutique law firms and the large scale law firms have picked up, and they are seeing the benefits around that.
I agree with you, Pintu, because I've done coffee with in a patent like Suvarna Pandey. She has done a BSc IT or engineering, and she's able to understand conversations with innovators and for patent filing and everything. Coming from a technology background, she said, but there are many from technology they can understand how innovators are thinking and what kind of conversation to have and what kind of information to take out from them.
Right, I agree.
So this is one of the examples, like a patent. Okay, as you said, I agree with you. Okay, now next, CAs who venture into tax law,
right,
litigation and apna advisory. So I've seen, like I've done couple of episodes. Aditya Reddy, he is apna ye tax lawyer at PwC at in Cayman Islands.
nice.
So now what happens, Pintu, these specialized areas are a small community and they know each other. So when I was talking to one of the coffee speakers and having conversation, they said, you have done coffee with him, I know him. So Aditya Reddy referred to Varun Shablani, and they are very both buddies. Varun Shablani is practicing in apna ye Gulf market. So this, what I'm trying to say is, when you specialize in that area and you build your networking and build a community. So whatever happens, what opportunities are in that field, so one can refer and take you forward.
I'll just add one more point in this, that nowadays the distinction is not between a corporate lawyer and a litigation lawyer. This distinction and a very small difference, and the only difference was there 20 years ago, but now you are seeing a broad spectrum of categories of lawyers. There are lawyers who only do healthcare M&A. Now healthcare is a different practice area and M&A is a practice area. Now for the first time in 2025, you are finding someone who do only healthcare related M&As. So there is, this era is of deep specialization.
Yes.
Your client from the healthcare, the prospective company which is into biotech, for example, they want to undertake a public M&A, right? There are more chances for them to get convinced by a lawyer who has done such kind of M&As for that kind of industry as compared to someone who has done general M&As. So we have to learn and adapt from the client perspective also, what are their expectations. Client feels a little bit more comfort if they can not only speak on law, because client would not know the law, that's why they have come from you, but the client know fully about his or her industry. And on the other hand, if you are able to enrich yourself with this industry knowledge, there creates a very nice cushion for both of you to explore and have a kind of conversation. So this is there. The second point which I want to add in here is that there is a inherent imbalance in practices and industries in legal industry. Why I say so? Because corporate and M&A is the crown practice area at any law firm, right? There are n number of activities, marketing activities can happen around a M&A deal, right?
Yeah.
Once M&A deal just closes, if it's not a confidential one, you can post it from your company's LinkedIn page on your own website and can give it to 10 different portals which can then republish it. On the other hand, if your core specialization is employment laws and HR laws, and maybe you have been a part of a mass layoff, right? Now just think it from that perspective, because your law firm would not want to celebrate this, that they have assisted one MNC in layoff of 1,000 employees. This is a very negative marketing, but this is also a one kind of marketing. So there has to be a comparison and level playing field for both the practice areas, one M&A and second employment and HR law. Employment and HR law, on the other hand, investigations is a practice area. They can't disclose a lot of things, but they are a law firm and they have to run as well, right? So there is a inherent disbalance. On the other hand, financial services is an industry where you will find something on every other day, and every law firm creating some thought leadership around that, right? We see regular updates by SEBI, RBI around FEMA and other regulations, and now we have GIFT City also that is being promoted. So there is a inherent disbalance. A person who is specializing into financial laws and maybe has the GIFT City, she would or he would receive a lot of opportunities for media bites. On the other hand, if that person is into social sector or aviation, for example, right, then in India, you know, there are very rare developments which happen around aviation as an industry, for the very basic reason behind it. So we need to provide the opportunities to that aviation lawyer also, how he can brand himself and showcase that this is what I do. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, let's come to your role at Nishith Desai Associates. You focus on expanding practice areas and industry capabilities. What factors influence a law firm's growth strategy?
This is sort of about my role at NDA. I am in charge of practice development at NDA, and uh, the practice development at NDA is totally custom basis our needs, because unlike other law firms, we are not a very big law firm. On lawyer strength, we are only 70 lawyers, and we are available and present across 4 different countries. And that's the reason our business development approach is little bit different how maybe other law firm at our scale may want to foresee or endeavor. uh, in my role at NDA, I oversee practice areas industry development, and how I oversee basis one model I created for own myself. Now you understand that there is internal practice growth and there is external practice growth, right? I'll just explain it.
Yeah, please.
For example, automobile is a emerging industry, right?
Yeah.
And your law firm has automobile as a dedicated practice area, right? You have lawyers in that and you have done some work around that. Now externally, you know for a fact that there is a uptick in the automobile related regulations and developments, right, where the client might need hand holding. On the other hand, internally, somehow you are not receiving as many leads which you should, or on the or maybe you sort of have saturated, maybe from last 6 months you are not receiving any leads in this practice area. So this means that there is some imbalance. Externally there is buzz, developments, regulations, there is lot of opportunities, but internally something is not happening. So internally I need to do something. So this is where my role comes into place, that what is this that you need to do. Sometimes you pick up something which are being picked up from very scratch. For example, aviation as a industry, there were not many law firms in aviation who do specialized aviation related consultancy, but now they have picked up. And how you initiate all of this, maybe for example you don't have anything, you can write an article. That article can form as the first base for you to demonstrate your leadership, your understanding of the subject, because that is bare minimum what is requested from you. You read the bare law, you've understood, and you are speaking to the audience on internet that these are my thoughts. This is one way to go about it. So this is a model I have built. I keep on checking the practice area where what NDA has and what are the developments around those practice areas internally, and I then try to implement those and uplift my initiatives in those practice areas in industry. The second component of this is, as part of my work profile, I am into data analytics as well. So which means that half of my day is spent on Excel sheet.
Yes.
And what I do on Excel sheet might be of little bit interest to your audience and to you.
Yeah.
So I track all the leads we are receiving. These leads are basis the geography, the practice area, the industry. If there are channel partners involved, then their names. If there are foreign law firms involved, then their names. And if there are foreign law firms involved, then what are their offices and what are the lead partners who are referring such work. So on weekly basis, I analyze all of this, what have been our weekly growth, and basis this, I try to predict my monthly growth. And and then once the month comes to an end, I try to oversee what have been, whether my prediction and whether the actual numbers are meeting or not. And I trying to bring this dichotomy to a less percentage as much as possible, because that only can tell me whether my prediction is going right or not. Not. And this helps me build my intelligence for next 3 months, for next 6 months, for next 1 year, that which are the practice area in industry I need to put in more efforts. If we are receiving less leads from one practice area or one industry or one geography, then something around that needs to be created. It can be very small as such, for example, a webinar, a thought leadership related article around that, or maybe going to that geography and meeting the right stakeholders and our existing client or the potential new clients there. So this is kind of a zigzag work profile I have.
It's very interesting. I'm planning to have a fireside chat with you and Priyan and others from the law firm communication strategies.
Yeah.
So I'm learning a lot of insights from you also.
Sure.
Let's go to your next role, the legal operations. So can you take us to what legal operations means and what are your actions in that department?
Sure. Thank you for this question. See, legal operations is something not only there in law firms, but nowadays you are also seeing MNCs having their dedicated teams who do legal ops for them. And these legal ops are not at all which require you to have an understanding of any legislation or any regulation. These legal ops can be sometimes as simple as contract review, or analyzing a very detailed SOW into a one pager with all the relevant answers into table format. This can be as simple as that. Or sometimes legal ops can also entail organizing a mass event in a different jurisdiction, going there for the first time and organizing event. It can be anything. The the utility of legal ops in any organization is to ensure that the lawyers have adequate time for their lawyering. Now, basis our conversation, we understand that the business development and marketing for lawyers is important, right? Now there comes a question, who would do that? The lawyer has to ensure that they have their deliverable ready, the product ready, which is to be sent to the client, because the client doesn't want marketing. The client is someone you have already onboarded. The client want their deliverable, right? So the lawyer need to find somewhere time for these business development activities, and that is where the synergy between the lawyers, the partners, and the business development and the legal ops teams comes into play. So if just picking up one very brief example, if my partner from the in M&A practice went to Singapore, met a different law firm partner there who has the India desk, and their discussions resulted into doing a case study on India Singapore disputes which are seated in SIAC. So now there is an action item for the legal ops team and the practice development teams to work in synergy with the opposite law firm, the Singapore law firm, and produce this document, right? Because you should not expect that the lawyer will be involved into the nitty gritties. That nitty-gritties should be taken care of by the legal ops teams. Not going into too many details, because this can be sometimes as simple as arranging a coffee mug at a booth, or sometimes arranging a adhesive tape for you to fix your banner at a event show, or sometimes arranging a power socket. It can be as simple as that, or sometimes it can be as extensive that find out the top 10 M&A and private equity players in a different jurisdiction and their contact details and how to get business. I'm speaking in very abstract sense, but
No,
yeah,
I'm getting
there is a very big range what the legal ops can involve.
beautiful. Okay, Pintu, legal tech is transforming the profession. How do you see AI and automation impacting law firm operations and client relationships?
Um, so I'll just give you an example how personally I have been doing it.
Yeah.
There is lot of buzz around AI and technology and how it's going to influence lawyers. I'm not from the lawyer side, I'm from the practice development side.
Yeah, I know.
So I need to be sure about the AI use cases for myself.
Mhm.
Now, for example, you must be seeing that the department of content writers is sort of getting reduced in law firms. Uh, and I'm speaking this very candidly. Why so? Because the main USP of ChatGPT and other such AI engines is for content, right? Now, in the past, you used to consult to content writers for the purpose of a press release or a short note or something
Yeah.
like that, or for the purpose of creating a pitch document for a prospective clients. Now, all of these basic tasks are being taken care of by ChatGPT and other AI engines, right?
Yes.
So now you are seeing the little bit reduction in such roles where critical mind applicability is less in percentage. So the AI is going to help lawyers and business developments. It's totally wholly up to you how you want to leverage it.
Yeah.
The way I have leveraged is in my predictive intelligence. For example, we have a at NDA we have a in-house technology. This technology tells me, because this technology is infused with AI as well.
Yeah.
This technology tells me my relationship with my existing clients and channel partners and law firms, that I am having a conversation with them on a weekly basis or not, monthly basis or not, annual basis or not. If something to be done from my side, what that need to be done, it can be as simple as sending a hi, let's catch up over a coffee email, because as we discussed internally, the main factor to drive business in law firms is relationship. So that is the crux. This software helps me in terms of relationship management. So this is one use case which I personally have identified for the practice development, that AI is helping me for CRM purpose.
That's beautiful. You're giving me a lot of next conversations to drive with you and other coffee speakers.
Yeah.
When other coffee speakers become, we take them to a next level of a relationship, because it's all about relationship. You're saying
Sure.
you become part of the coffee tribe community. Now there is a coffee bond, like a Fevicol bond.
Nice.
So it's all about K.
Yeah.
Coffee, coffee everywhere, starting with K. Okay. So, Pintu, what are some challenges law firms face when scaling the business development initiatives, and how can they overcome them?
Thank you for asking this question. This is material, because there are good things about legal marketing and business development.
Okay.
And since
Shoot.
now I am into this line for some time, so in my brief journey, I have encountered some hiccups as well. And it's material that we learn from these hiccups, because
Yeah.
that ultimately personally going to help me and my other friends who do practice development at law firms. The one biggest hiccup, it's not a hiccup, it's just about the process and the approach of the leadership at respective law firm, is a buy-in for marketing, especially for marketing. And when I say buy-in for marketing, it should not be that the managing partner is subscribing for any event sponsorship or for a business development trip or for any event just like that. I think somewhere down the line there has to be an annual assessment of that.
Yes.
And once that annual assessment is taken, then there has to be a broad broad amount fixed for such endeavors. It can be any range basis the preference of the law firm, their comfort and everything, but X figure should be there, so the law firm can see where they are in their 12-month journey, and they must reassess their expenses toward marketing on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, and basis that they should adjust whether our marketing budget is too much or too less. And once they consciously undertake this exercise, they will be able to benchmark themselves against other law firms.
Yes.
We often see that there are these nice events where a law firm is a title sponsor, and there is this B law firm, other kind of sponsor, and these law firms can sometimes be very big or sometimes cannot be very big, right? There is a general expectation in our mind that if it's going to be a very big law firm, obviously they have resources, they can be the gold sponsor and do there. But technically speaking, a law firm which is already tier 1, who is already clocking good revenue, is among the top 10 law firms, they need not to spend in so many marketing activities. They already have their clients, right? The largest PE deals and VC deals are being picked up in their names. On the other hand, there are small law firms who want to get new clients and who want to do marketing, but they don't have the budget, right? So there is this constant dichotomy, and this dichotomy is always personal for every law firm. There is a personal business development story for every law firm. It can be a 2-member law firm or a 10-member law firm or a 1,000-member law firm. There can be any reason why this law firm, which is as small as 5 lawyers, is a gold partner at an event, and on the other hand, law firm which has a lot of partners, lot of revenue, substantially better than the smaller one, they are not sponsoring for that event. So all of this assessment has to be carried out in consultation with the practice area leaders who are responsible for that practice or industry, and the business development team. I think once these kind of discussions takes place internally, a law firm is very sound and very confident in what to do for their 12-month BD activities. I think this sort of clarity comes into law firms and their leaders, and even we people who do business development lot lately, once we have understood the approach of the law firm, their core areas, their strengths and weaknesses. So this is my small take here, that one, the law firm needs to have a proper marketing budget, and there needs to be a buy-in from the leadership. The second hiccup, if you'll ask me, what I've identified is that there is a difference in terms of interest as per the level where the lawyer is. If the lawyer is way too senior, his responsibility is to get the business, right? If the lawyer is at the very junior level, his responsibility is to ensure that the document is done and it is sent to his senior, then his senior reviews it and sent to the client, right? So the BD related activities are in the pockets of the partner level, not at the junior level. Because see, if you are a client, prospective client, you would want to listen to a podcast coming from a partner's mouth, not from someone who is as junior as a fresher, right? Because you understand, if you're going to spend your 30 minutes into listening to a podcast, it should come from a credible source where you want to spend 30 minutes of your life. Obviously the junior lawyer is also asked to do podcasts, and they have to record it for the purpose of their business development or internal metrics. But from the client side, this is the preference. So there is a difference in interest I see at the top leadership and juniors. I see lot of interest at the junior level and less at the top. It should be opposite. Nowadays the junior lawyers are very excited about law firm rankings, articles at night places, events and new leads, RFPs, thought leaderships and different kind of events. That interest is there from the top leadership as well, but the buy-in little bit less. Obviously these are the partners who are ultimately the business bringers, so, and the business development teams work in tandem with the senior leadership. So this is something which I observe. This is a hiccup but sort of a reality check. I won't say hiccup because there are senior partners who understand the value of business development, and they by themselves are more responsible for the BD related activities more as compared to the billable hour work. So these are my two hiccups and my short story solutions about the same.
Interesting. So, Pintu, who has influenced you personally and professionally, and what were the key learnings?
Personally, my father has sort of have motivated me. It's because of my father's transferable job. He's into Air Force. I have been traveling to a lot of places. I've studied in 8 different states. So I, by my own self, carries a diverse element in me. And one element is that I've done law and I'm now into marketing. But my father have been a real motivator for me. And in the professional life, I have my mentor, Nishith Desai. He is the one who have changed my vision for marketing in law firms. And I would like to take one more name. His name is Samir Jain. He is managing partner of my older law firm. He is the one who brought me to this space of legal marketing. So, lot of appreciation and sincerity towards him as well.
Wow. Okay. So, Pintu, how has technology and AI helped in legal operations and marketing?
As I mentioned before, that AI is helping law firms in marketing. The one use case which is there is in terms of automation, but this automation is not required so much in the law firm because we don't post as much as content as like a newspaper maybe. So Times of India, for example, is going to post 50 contents on one day. The law firm, on the other hand, has one or two. So there are use cases for legal industry, but those are being explored at the moment. The one use case which I have created for myself is the predictive intelligence through AI. Now the AI teaches me the current health of my law firm and what it will be in 1 month's time and 3 months time. So basis that I have my own intelligence and inputs that what should be my homework for the next 3 months and 6 months.
Beautiful. So, my last question for a professional journey round, Pintu, what advice would you give to young legal professionals aspiring to enter legal marketing, communication, strategy, and legal operations?
uh, I'm too young to give suggestions around this.
No.
But
I want this answer from you.
so to speak one, see, one thing we all have to understand that the legal industry is very old. Okay,
Yes.
from Lincoln's time it was there. The Lincoln became such a big face president. There was no legal marketing at that point of time. So something that guy was able to do which helped him to reach a level which is like the epitome, right? The only one thing which helped him is his lawyering skills. So for lawyers, my one small suggestion is that always upskill your lawyering skills. Read as much as you can, because once you read, then only you can upskill yourself. For the business development folks and people who are interested into marketing for law firms, my two bits of suggestion for them is that understand and read and follow your law firm wholeheartedly. Why I say so? Because you are akin to a managing partner in your law firm. Your managing partner has a responsibility to take his law firm forward, but technically speaking, you are business development manager. So you are developing the firm's business, and how you are doing that, and how you can do that only by understanding the overall structure of the firm, the areas where your law firm is very strong, the areas where it is not strong, and where I need to upskill myself. So grow yourself along with the firm. This is my one two bit. Immerse yourself, this is coming out very negative, but immerse yourself into your law firm marketing and initiatives. Ensure that every document, content, email or item goes out from your law firm, it has to be slick, it has to be sophisticated, and it has to be international standards. And that is where your role comes into play, that what is your meaning of best international standards. For that you need to do your own homework and study what the other AM law firms and other global law firms are doing.
Wow. So let's go to the next round and understand Pintu as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years. You have shared something in the professional, but we need more.
As I indicated, I have done my schooling from different states, and after my class 12 from Assam, I actually decided that I want to pursue engineering. I gave my JEE engineering exam, but somehow it didn't work for me for the obvious reasons. And then I decided to follow something which is close to my heart. I used to be very active into Model United Nations and Youth Parliament debate competition during my school days, and that resonated with my professional interest into law because someone senior told me that you might like this line. So that's when I gave the CLAT exam and I entered into Hidayatullah National Law University, completed my law from there, and then yes, did bit of litigation and arbitration for some time, and now fully into law from business development.
Wow. So, Pintu, you have worked across different law firms in Delhi and Mumbai. How has your journey shaped your approach to legal innovation?
Uh, uh, See, legal innovation is a very nice word, but when it comes to executing the same and thinking through the same, uh, there is literally lot of homework that is required. Innovation can be as simple as you consciously deciding not to print something on single side, you deciding to print something on both the side, and your law firm saving obviously half pages as you spend on a daily basis or on an annual basis. On an annual basis, it would be a very big amount if your law firm is huge, and you would end up saving a lot of money for for your firm. Obviously, for the regulatory filing, if it is required to print something on single side, you must print on single side. But this can be one category of innovation, right? The innovation what I've learned in my experience working at two different law firms, one with PSL Advocates and Solicitors in Delhi, now with Nishith Desai Associates in Mumbai, is ultimately the innovation should be uh, helping your lawyers to ease their daily work,
Mhm.
and at the same point of time getting your client out of the conflict. Sometime it will not be a conflict, sometime it will be a celebratory milestone. For example, a M&A deal, it's not a conflict situation, it's something that the company is growing. So that is one suggestion I will have.
Okay, Pintu, what's your go to stress buster after a long day of strategizing?
Uh, it's either a cup of tea or a small walk. I like simple things.
Wow. So, what's one hobby or creative pursuit which helps you to unwind or recharge?
See, from my very early days, I've been into graphics. Uh, I've done a lot of projects on a freelance basis as early when I was in class 9th and 10th.
Mhm.
So this Photoshop is something which allows me my creativity wisdom. So this is what helps me focus and bring my ideas on a platter.
Wow. So, Pintu, suppose you have 1 week away from the strategizing, communication, and going through the Excel, uh, away from the gadgets. What would you like to do and why?
I am a person who loves trekking and mountains.
Mhm.
So trekking is my favorite fun activity. That 100% I will pick up.
So, which place you want to go for trekking?
So I have sort of covered Maharashtra.
Hmm.
All the 8 highest treks I've covered. I've covered the highest in Karnataka also.
Wow,
My next is go Ladakh and explore something there.
that's very interesting. So, Pintu, uh, if your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what would be?
Um, I'm simple. Uh, I am focused, uh, and I am solution focused.
Wow. So, what's one book or movie which has inspired you and impacted you?
So uh, I'm not able to recall the author, but the book name is 80s to 20 rule, the
Mhm.
Pareto principle.
Mhm.
So that's a good principle, and just for the benefit of everyone, the Pareto principle 80s to 20 says that your 20% endeavors, actions, and whatever you do, it is responsible for 80% things happen in your life. In companies, these are your 20% clients, which gets you the 80% revenue. In your wardrobe, it's only 20% clothes which you wear 80% of the time. So in your life, identify your relevant and important 20%, do that, and you will have 80% at least wisdom and success in your life.
That's beautiful. So, what are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
Personally, I would want to cover other mountains which I have not. Uh, Professionally, our law firm is growing. There are some new expansions happening across practice areas and jurisdictions. So we are sort of trying to leverage that. There is one constant and horizontal expertise which NDA has built over the last 2 years. This is around corporate governance. So there are a lot of activities across different practice areas and industries which has corporate governance as a single common thread. So yes, this is in professional terms, this is something which I'm endeavoring to cover and focus in 2025.
So, Pintu, as you said, okay, you have lived in different cities. Being your father was in the Air Force. Uh, which city is your favorite and why?
My favorite city is Agra. I have lived in Agra twice. Uh, and the reason why I like Agra is because of food.
Mhm.
It has very nice kachori and petha.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is one city which I like.
Wow. Okay. So my last one will be a googly one. Describe Pintu in one line.
Pintu is go-to person for anything in law firm issues.
Wow, everything is about law. So hats off to Samir Jain who was and Nishith sir ke imbibed in you,
So kind of you.
instilled in you ke think about law firm strategies and everything. Okay, let's have some fun. The rapid fire round. Uh, one word to describe your career journey so far.
Motivational.
Your go-to comfort food.
It's neer dosa.
Wow, mine too.
Oh, nice.
So which place to have neer dosa in Mumbai?
There's a place called Kerala Cafe in Chembur. You can explore that.
You have to take me.
Sure.
Your favorite color?
Blue.
Uh, AI in law, boon or bane?
Boon.
One life motto you live by.
Uh, this is not motto, but a word only. It's
Okay.
humility. You need to have humility in anything and everything that you do.
Wow. Most underrated skill for legal professionals.
It's talking outside of law. This is something which I have rarely found, and this is something in me also,
Wow.
because we get so much consumed.
Yeah.
But this is one rare skill to speak anything outside of law.
Wow. If you could have coffee conversation with any legal or business leader, who would it be?
Um, so that person has to be from my law firm or from the
I said
industry.
any legal or business leader or anyone
Um,
whom you look up to.
I look up to my mentors. That
Already mentors ho gaye.
yeah.
Something others.
Uh, See, outside of legal profession, let's
Okay.
check this.
Your favorite movie?
Tare Zameen Par.
Since you have done law from Ranchi, what's
Not Ranchi, it's Raipur.
Sorry.
Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur.
Raipur? My mistake. Okay, Raipur. Let's go to Raipur. One favorite place in Raipur?
There is a so just for your benefit, there is a small marine drive in Raipur as well.
Oh.
So I live in Mumbai. I've seen the actual marine drive. There is a small marine drive in Raipur as well. That's like a go-to place in the middle of the city. That was my preferable
Wow.
spot.
Your favorite trekking place?
Uh, it's Kalsubai in Maharashtra.
Wow. Tea or coffee?
Any day tea.
Any tea? You're at coffee, so you have to say this. So you did well, and here's your book, your gift. Wait, I know you will win it, and so I should autograph it. So that's why we done it in advance.
So nice.
So friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Pintu Babu, son of an Air Force. So like at Coffee, there are many speakers who have come from, what do you say, different background. So it's very wonderful staying in different cities of India and getting that culture, meeting different people. That is what coffee speakers bring across by they're experiencing different communities, culture, food, in that's because of their families. Next thing is Pintu has brought so many things about niche areas for legal professionals they can pick up. Like now he has ventured into legal operations, strategy, and communications. So watch this episode. All those legal professionals or anyone from who wants to get into marketing, strategy, and communication. This is the episode you should watch out. There are a lot of insights which Pintu has shared, which is applicable for all industries and using Excel sheet analytics, so many things. So this is what 400 plus coffee speakers bring to the table. Their professional journey, personal journey, and their personal interest, so many things. And if you want to go on hiking, connect with Apna Pintu. He would definitely take you through, organize an hiking trip, trekking trip. So subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show on YouTube and listen to all the coffee speakers out there. We have got around 8 series. Watch out and give an answer in the comments, and you will get this coffee mug. And if you want to be featured, so visit our LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, or our website, the Emerging India Forum. And your journey at Coffee Conversation doesn't end with conversation. There you become a Coffee Tribe community member. So I'm inviting you to become a Coffee Tribe community member. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.